What's up guys, Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this we'll be going over my mini multiple team compilation for Kai X-Drake, which is really not too bad. It's got some mechanics that are really annoying. We haven't done the Zero Stamina in this video, it's just all the earlier versions where you're doing the Slasher, the Fighter, and the Cerebral version. So just going to be going over some of those, as well as some of the teams you could possibly use, as well as taking out some of the boosted units and putting in other units to make things possible. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So Seka, why should I farm this stupid unit? Don't. It's stupid and the rewards suck. Pass. Just skip it, man. It's dumb. We're just doing it because, you know, I want to beat everything in the game, and that's it. I don't want to be like sitting behind, not beating stuff. So he starts out at 19 turns, go down to 9 turns. All right, no big deal there. He's going to have 2,607 HP at maximum, 1,235 attack. He's going to be a captain ability that's going to boost all characters by 2.5 if your HP is below 30%. So he's like a shitty Whitebeard. He sucks as a captain. Don't use him captain. When his HP is below a certain percentage at the start of the turn, he's going to boost the attack of all characters by 40. It's probably 30%, just to be honest. His special ability is do 25 times the character attack, probably. In quick damage to one enemy, probably. No one actually measured it. Who cares? If HP is above a certain percentages, then it's basically 70%. You change recovery, tandem, empty, bomb, and block orbs into matching orbs, which is kind of cool, but basically that's Kuma's special, and Kuma is also cerebral, so who cares? Basically use that for powerhouse teams if you really wanted to, but who cares? Because Kuma's also powerhouse, so who cares? No one likes this unit. He's cerebral powerhouse, and Kuma's cerebral powerhouse, but he's better. But whatever. I guess Bandai Namco thought this was worth a Kai raid. Fine. And below a certain amount of HP, it turns adjacent orbs into matching. Basically 30% unit matching orbs on adjacent. The only real change here is that it's not in here, but apparently it changes your own orb to quick. But through different translations, it doesn't change your own orb to quick, so I'm a little confused as well on this. I'm assuming it changes your own orb to quick, or this LRR is just fucked up. But who cares? It doesn't really matter, because no one's going to farm this unit. He sucks. He's just trash. Like, there is a raid boss that literally shits all over him, and his normal version is just fine. This is not really an upgrade. This is a poor attempt at a Kai Colosseum. Obviously, get your one copy for your adventure mode. He starts out at 19 turns, so he's still usable. However, you're probably not going to use him for much. You could potentially use this character for some Neptune teams and speed farming teams, because he does have very fast orb manipulate on recovery, tandem, empty, block, and bomb orb. So definitely potentially a good speed farming unit for orb manipulation. However, most people are probably going to use Colosseum Nekomamushi, because that will also provide a type boost as well. I mean, and there's other units that you can use for orb manipulate. You do not have to use this unit. There's tons better units that you can use, like Kinemon and other things. This is just the worst Kai ever. I don't even believe this is a Kai. I can't even believe this is a Kai. But we're going to do teams for it, because I know you guys and all you completionists out there like me really need this content. So let's just jump into the teams. Alright, so we're going to be running this with my second attempt. I don't actually know how much death damage X-Drake has yet. We're going to find out together in this run, because I lost the last time I did this. But hopefully we'll be able to kill him this time, and I won't actually miss my perfects. Oh, we'll actually have three people to hit perfects with this time instead of 2. Which will help. I'm hoping we'll be okay here. Now, this team is kind of rare record heavy, not gonna lie. And you're not gonna be able to use your Zoro special, so don't like feel like you need to stall for it. So if you're using a friend captain, any friend captain special is not gonna matter the entire time you're in here. So don't really think you need to wait for it or anything like that. You're just gonna roll through this and try to beat this as quick as you can. Your friend captain's not gonna do anything here. If you did have a Dex Zoro sub, you could try to use that, but you really need some kind of orb manipulate in here besides the Kinemon. The Kinemon here really doesn't help you. Not at all. I don't even know why he's here, but you bring him, I guess. You could use a 1.75 type booster with like Kairos or whatever. I don't have to bring this, but it definitely helps me because now I can move around with stuff. The limited law apparently is supposed to be recommended here because limited law supposedly gives you orbs or shuffles, or I don't know what he does. He sets colors and he did something. And the other thing we're gonna see is that Gladius is kind of the a-hole of here, where he makes it so you almost have to bring Vanderdeck in. I haven't seen another team yet beat this without Vanderdecking yet, but that's because when you get into the room with Gladius, he's going to give you a 70% HP cut and silence all your characters for 3 turns, which is a really annoying mechanic to work around. So he's only going to have about 200,000 HP, or a little bit less than that, not really sure how much exactly, but you just blow right through him with Vanderdecking and you just one-tap him. If you don't have him, sorry guys. You'll have plenty of time to stall here though, so don't feel like you're going to be like really hindered on stall turns and not being able to stall. You will have enough time to get all your specials up because you will be able to stall in this room or other rooms, and your HP doesn't matter as much, but it might matter a little bit. We'll see as we keep going. Now, we just got into the room with Gladius here. You can see I have all matching orbs, not really going to matter, but he's going to, as you can see, cut my HP by 70%, have a very high defense barrier for 3 turns, and we're just going to use the Vanderdeck special, which is 200,000 damage to kill him. All my guys are silenced for 3 turns, but what happens is Vanderdeck reduces silence by 2 turns, and then also does 200,000 damage to kill the Gladius. So when you go into the following room, you have all your specials up again. Unfortunately, your friend captain, as I said earlier, does not matter, because your friend captain is going to get rolled back here by 5 turns. X-Rick is going to be immune for 99 turns, and empty all of your orbs. So you're going to need some kind of character that can give you orbs. So Fujitora, the Zoro. I didn't want to bring a Fuji team right away for this. I wanted to bring just the Zoro here. And I don't have to use the Kinemon special right away. It doesn't do anything. So it just gives me like badly matching onto Shigi, which doesn't really help me, so I'll just pass on that. And right here we have orb boost, type boost, and color affinity here. So I'm going to start the chain with this Mihawk, and then we'll just hit all perfects with 3 units, and it should kill him. Bam. Okay, so there's no death hit. We did 9.8 million damage with just hitting with those 3 characters. Really cool. Really nice. Nice that there's no death hit. I'm happy about that on Slasher, that there's no death hit. He has about 8.2 million HP. When I did 6.5 million earlier, I died. I was like, what? So I was really surprised. But he has 8.2 million, so you just have to do enough to kill him. So Friend Zoro, Friend Zoro, it really helps here with the color affinity. If you have the limited law, great. If you don't have limited law, Tashigi works just fine. If you don't have Tashigi, you can probably use an HP cut. One of the characters that I would recommend would be the Dex Lucci, because if you have Dex Lucci, you can use the Kinemon special in order to get orbs on the Dex Lucci and do a 15% HP cut. With that team, you should have enough damage to kill him. If you don't have the Zoro that's on the screen, you can use your Legend Zoro sub if you want to. If you don't have Legend Zoro sub, you'd probably use Kairos. But you also need to find a way of getting at least 1 orb on the Kinemon in some way, shape, or form. So you may have to use like a Kizaru or a Fujitora, depending on what you need to do for your team. Alright guys, well I will see you guys in the next team. The second team we're going to be running here today is going to be me failing with a double strength Mihawk team. It is a really decent team. What I would recommend doing is not using a great and using a perfect. That would probably get you enough damage, probably. I haven't tested it to know if there actually is enough damage on this team, but I do know you get pretty darn close. You have to do about 8.2 million. I know it says about 7.5 here. We're doing our second or third run at this point, and I actually don't know how much damage I need to do here, but it turns out I need to do about 8.2, and with some of the damage that you do early on, it is possible to do a decent chunk of damage here and be able to kill this boss. So you can see I'm doing about, I think about 7.5, a little over 7.5 million. This is what I realized finally, that it's not enough damage. But I basically die here just because I hit a great and I don't hit all my perfects. Because if I hit all my perfects, you know, that would be good for everything. Right? You know, just hitting perfects is always a smart thing. I hear it's a good idea to hit perfects. I'm not 100% here, but I'm pretty sure it's a good idea. What I also would recommend is you pop your Kinemon first, and then you pop your And then you pop your Mihawk afterwards, so you get the damage from the Kinemon, so you just get the little extra damage, plus you get to keep the Mihawk orb. So that part would probably be a little bit more helpful if I had done that and not screwed myself really bad. But you can see here, I had the great and the Kinemon only did 3 million damage instead of like 3.9 million, which is what I would have done, and that probably would have been enough damage, including everything else. Next team is going to be double V2 Fuji, and I didn't realize when I got this, I'm kind of pissed, but my friend captain didn't have a max special, but he was fully limit broken and everything, but he just didn't have max special. But apparently you can do this without the Diamante, you can do this with the Violet Rare Recruit, and if you, as long as you have to have, I think it was like 11,500 HP going in, or if you have this the Coded Sunny, you need at least 5,000 HP going in, and level 5 auto heal so that you can heal up to over 6,000 and take the hit. I think it's like 5,500 is what those are actually you have to have. But he does for about 12,700, and once you're able to take that one hit, then you can use a silence mover and then basically just go in on him. And it makes it really simple to just be able to burst down the Gladius in 2 turns. Really not super difficult. But the Diamante is really nice because it allows you to stall, and it also gets rid of the higher defense, which is really helpful. If you wanted to burst him down in 1 turn, you could do that too with the Violet and actually just get him down really quickly. And then when you move into the final room here, you can basically just use V2 Fuji and all your other specials to do enough damage to kill him, and you do well over enough damage to kill him. The Kinemon is here basically just as a beat stick because he's a beast boosting unit. You can either use him or the other guy, I can't remember his name. Vanderdecken, and that would probably be way more than enough damage. You probably don't need either of them. You could probably get away with another character, but I wanted to use that. I wanted to use one just because I wanted to see how much damage it would do. And if you do have Legend Zoro, that would also be work instead of the Brook, and that would be fine. We're going to do the fighter version now, and I'm using a free-to-play captain. I'm trying to use more free-to-play teams, but, you know, the recommended units are pay-to-win. And there are other ways you can do this, but so far, if you do have the Robin, it's really easy. The Frankie also helps a lot for the breaking the combo barrier. That helps a lot, too. So if you have the Robin and Frankie combo, it's pretty easy. Sabo carries through stage 4. It's very, very simple. This place is not very difficult if you do have the recommended units. It's actually very, very easy if you have the recommended units, so definitely really nice. You can do this with double G4. The Garp really doesn't provide anything like the HP cut or anything like that. None of that's needed. There's no death damage in here, so you just blow through it real quick. G4 is really nice for Orb Manipulate and damage, so you don't need the Robin for Orb Manipulate. As long as you're able to kill all the ads, you should be okay. Or Lumbus, I think, is another substitute you could use, but he doesn't provide the 1.5 conditional. I don't know if you can. I'm pretty sure with 2 G4s you can get away with just the G4 specials having enough damage without having the Robin. And if you have like Legend Sanji or something like that, or you need something to make tandem matching for your team, so G4 will do that for you, so you don't actually need the Robin as a beneficial Orb Enabler. It's really helpful to have the G4 here because you're going to have full orb because of the D4. Gladius stage is just going to have preemptive 1,111 attack on you, and he's going to lower your attack by like 90 to 95%, 99%. I don't know. So little that it doesn't even matter how much attack you have in your team. You basically just bring a Sabo, and the Sabo damage will carry you through the stage, so you won't have to worry about how much damage your team needs to have. You don't need the Garp special max. You don't need any of that done. You're just having 2 G4s is fine if you don't have another. I did this earlier with a Lucci captain and like a Moria sub. It's really not difficult if you have some of these units or just units that work around these units. I don't know if there is a large amount of defense on the main lane boss, but I do know that the ads surrounding the boss are a little bit problematic. So they would probably be the crux of the stage. So if you are going to be having trouble here, that's why you would have trouble. Robin gets rid of the block orbs, which is really helpful. So if you have a block orb manipulator, that's great. I think Orlumbus would get you enough to do the trick here. But here what we're going to do is we're just going to do a Sabo special, and then we're just going to hit like all like goods all the way through. Doesn't really matter what you hit as long as it's a good or better. We're done. And it did about 500,000 damage. He has a little bit less than 500,000. I think if you have max candies on your Sabo, you can definitely kill him in one turn. I don't know if you don't have max candies in your Sabo, if you can kill him in one turn. I haven't, tested that out because obviously mine has max candies and I just can't test it. I can test it with an unmaxed Sabo, but I'm not gonna do that. All right, so here we're gonna get, as you can see, all block orbs. And what you do is you use the Robin special to clear the ads and kill the boss. And if you have a friend Captain Robin, you could clear this, I guess. That is a possibility. If you have G4 and like a friend Captain Robin, that could be a possibility. But I think that she doesn't provide enough Captain ability to it. So I think you're kind of stuck if you don't have the Robin or Olympus to get rid of the block orbs. There are probably other ways of getting rid of the block orbs, but no ways of getting rid of the block orbs and killing the ads without those two characters. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the Frankie special here. The Frankie special is going to give us a defense down to the boss. If you don't want to use the Frankie special, you want to use something else here that does a large amount of combo hits. I don't know what else that would be, but that would help you break the combo hit barrier a little bit easier. But as you can see, anytime we orb manipulate, he is going to shuffle our orbs back to tandem, and he does it an infinite amount of times. Now I'm using the Garp special here just to do a little bit of damage to the barrier, and we're going to use another special to do damage to the barrier, and then another special to do damage to the barrier. So we're just bringing down the barrier as low as we can to stage, as well as getting an orb boost on our characters. And I'm hoping with an orb boost and conditional, we have enough damage to kill the boss. I actually haven't tested it, but last time we had Moria special, so hopefully this is enough. Here we go. Bam. As you can see, more than enough damage. We had 6.4 million. The boss only has like 4 to 5 million, 4.5 to 5 million damage you have to do. So honestly, it's really not super difficult if you do have those two units, and as well as the Sabo. Very easy if you do have those units. If you don't have those units, there are replacements and ways you can work around it, but you just have to find ways of killing the ads. If you don't kill the ads, you have to find ways of killing them afterward. So definitely a little trickier if you don't have them, and you got to make sure you can get rid of the block orbs. So making tandem matching in your team, G4 can do that for you, so you don't need the Robin in order to get the matching orbs. Alright guys, well I'll see you in the next team. This next team is just me memeing. I was like, I'll use Lucci Captain and Moria, that'll be smart. And it's fine. I mean, Moria is just kind of here with whatever. And I was just using Lucci Captain because he's a fighter captain, and I just said screw it. And he's an orb booster, that's fine. And I actually didn't know that he had, this is my first run of doing this, so I didn't actually know that he was going to give me all matching orbs. So the whole point of bringing Moria was so I could shuffle orbs, as well as then use the G4 to give myself matching orbs. But I didn't know that if you use any kind of orb manipulate, there's actually a mechanic that's an interrupt on this fight. So I was like, oh, afterward. He has an interrupt that just gives me full matching because I have Robin. Oh. So that makes it a little difficult. But overall, this was like way easier than anything. If you have the Robin and the Frankie, it's stupid easy. I do a team right after this without either of them, so hopefully you enjoy that. So basically from here, you're basically going to use the Robin special in order to clear all the ads. But what I did here was I used the Moria special first, so because the Moria special actually shuffles my orbs. And I didn't realize that if I used the Moria special again, he would interrupt me and just get me back, my all tandem back again. So I was kind of like, that's why I used the Moria first. But see, this is where I realized, oh, he's just going to shuffle it back, so it didn't really matter what order I used him in. Then I used Lucci for Orb Boost, G4 for type, and then we're done. It's really fast and simple team here, but you don't have to use the Moria. There are other options, like any type booster, like Koala or whatever. Doesn't really matter what you use, though. This next team, I fail, but you can actually see how close I get while hitting grades and stuff. I'd say that you definitely 100% need 200 candies on your Sabo in order to complete this, but it's a super close team. Very slow team. Don't recommend this team at all. But this is how you get away from not using the Frankie or the Robin. You might be able to not use either, not use the Elisabello and actually just try to, RNG the last stage. But the problem is that the ads in the back have random turns, and you can't use anybody like Olympus because Olympus is a striker. Otherwise, that'd be perfect here. I thought it was a fighter, but he's a striker. And I really don't know of any other wave clear mechanics that you can use to get rid of the ads. So the only reason I brought this Blue Gilly is because he does 10 hits against the main room. So you're basically just using every last ability in order to just bring down the HP of all the ads in the surrounding boss. And you're of course using Sabo to get through stage 4 with Gladius. So it has barely enough damage to clear this. But this is where run I failed because I hit it great, but you can definitely see it's possible. I definitely don't want to do this team again and show you that it does 100% do it, but it's so close that you'll see it's okay. Okay, so now we're doing the Cerebral version. We're doing this with a Robin and Law Friend. Hopefully this works. This is my first attempt trying this, but we did use another team already that does work. So this is what we know so far. We're only about an hour and a half after the Colosseum has dropped, so we don't know everything. We just know some things. Hopefully this will be a good team that you can use in order to farm it. Looks like we're healing about 325 from the Law, and then Meat Orbs I have not tested. We'll have to see next time we get a Meat Orb. Alright, so the Meat Orbs are healing for 5,400, so we have some massive Meat Orbs here. So this is going to be an interesting combination. Oh, wow. Just unlucky. Alright, so we have to be creative here. How are we going to get an extra stall here? We literally lost all our stall just now. But we don't have to stall, that's fine. Not that big deal. But I have, I want to see, so we have one Robin, which can provide the damage reduction. So we're only getting hit for 5,000, for 4,200 now. But now we hit with one Meat Orbs and we have full HP, which is crazy. Because, like, even when getting screwed over by Heracles in here, we're still having a large amount of HP, so that's kind of cool. So I'm just going to keep tapping this dude for 4 so we can restall in. Obviously you normally don't get screwed over this bad. But the team's fast enough so we're okay, I guess, huh? Okay. And we do have Sabo and Pedro as sailors, so we're going to have the nice benefits of everybody getting the orbs. We're going to have Psi Orbs and Dex Orbs matching, and we also have Tan and Metas matching, so we'll have 4 out of 7 matching for most of our characters. Some will even have 5 out of 7, which is pretty cool. And we're just going to go boom, boom, boom. And so the trick on this team, what I'm going to try is I'm going to try stalling out. I'm not actually going to try to blow this Gladius up right away. We're actually going to try to stall on him. And I got a lot of Meat Orbs. What the heck? Is that supposed to happen? I actually don't know. Alright. So I can't eat any of these, apparently. Okay, we'll just chill then. Because obviously this is not my turn. Alright, so the reason I want to wait one turn is because the second turn he's going to give me a whoosh mechanic and basically give me all bomb orbs, and it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to get everything through. So now I'm going to pop the Nami special, and then I'll get 2 turns of delay in, and we're also just going to try to get rid of as many of these as possible, and I guess I'll hit us some perfects so I can get some health back. Now I don't want to do too much damage here. I actually want to be a little bit careful because I want to try to get some HP back here. But I don't want to get him too low because he starts hitting really hard after a certain point. So I'm gonna kind of abuse the I'm gonna abuse this as best I can. And you just don't want. I'm gonna try to not hit perfects here. And we're gonna try to abuse the Robin to stall this out. So Robin increasing that meteor braid is really nice. Obviously I didn't get anything here, so we're just gonna tap once, wait out one of the turn. Getting all these nice, waiting on these turns is really nice here. Definitely liking it. So what we're gonna do here is I am going to go ahead and when I think of this turn, not this turn but the next turn, we're gonna go ahead and pop the Wanda special, and then we'll be able to go in. Alright, so now we're at 2 turns left on the paralysis. I think I need to wait till 1 turn left for paralysis, because that's how debuffs work. And we're going to use the Wanda special, just go into the next room. There should be enough damage with Wanda. Wanda's basically here for shuffle and giving me type boost. So here we go. The Wanda special. I got some orbs, not perfect orbs here, obviously, but you know, we're hopefully going to be okay. Let's see if we get some damage in. I got the Robin hit in. That's good. And yeah, we have way more than damage to go in the next room. Cool. So now we're able to stall that out because we have the specials here. You don't actually need the Law Captain. You would probably be better off with a Rob Captain. I could have used the Law special there too because I'm not going to be able to use it in this room here. And with all that paralysis from the last turn, even though we're using Nami to remove it, this is still kind of cancer to get around. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be popping the Robin special, and the Robin special is here so we can reduce all incoming damage. There is a free-to-play version of what you can do instead of using Robin, and I go over that in the next team. So once you guys see that, you'll be able to see another team where I use a free-to-play character to provide damage reduction. We're only going to be able to use a we're going to be using the Sabo special here to give us all matching orbs, and as well as giving us a conditional boost, which is really nice. And since we already have a type boost bringing into the room, which is really interesting, we're all going to use the Pedro here, which will be up front as color affinity. We actually don't need all of those boosts. It actually just helps out a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and go bam, 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 bam. And you can see this one hit with the Robin, bam. So the Wanda is actually a little bit of overkill, and you don't actually need Wanda, but she's just really helpful in my opinion because she has a 1-turn paralysis reduction into her Sailor, and she also provides type boost. And then the Robin, the Legend Robin will reduce all incoming damage, making it a little bit easier. So you have to survive a 19,400 death hit, which is a little bit annoying. So definitely nice to have the Robin to soak some of that out and making it completely negated. There are other ways of doing it, of course, like with Rare Khalifa and T-Bone. So there are tons of ways of doing it. So definitely a very nice mechanic because Cerebral has lots of ways of getting around death mechanics. All right, guys. Well, I will see you guys in the next team. The final team of the day we're going to be running is going to be a team with the Treasure Mode Sabo Captain and the Hawkins. Limited Hawkins that just came out. You do not need Inarashi for this team, so whatever sub you want to bring, it does not matter. Another Dex unit would be fine, another Psy unit would be fine. Whatever you want to bring, it does not matter. I actually just brought him because I'm dumb and I forgot to switch characters before I started. So definitely replaceable unit. The T-Bone is actually kind of necessary here, so you do need the T-Bone. If you don't have the T-Bone, the replacements for are the Rare Recruit Khalifa as well as Legend Robin, but we're trying to make a team without Legend Robin to survive a death hit. So the two that I think you can use are the T-Bone and the Legend, sorry, not Legend, Rare Recruit Khalifa. Now, the only reason I brought the the strategy from this point on is to basically just take a hit, make sure you're below 10,000 HP, probably below 9,000 HP would be preferable, so that when you use your specials, you'll be okay. Now you want to use the Hawkins special in order to get rid of the mismatching orbs, and you're not really supposed to use Wanda here. You don't have to use Wanda. I would say Wanda is completely unnecessary as well here, but definitely helps a little bit. You really only need the Sabo and the Pedro for the final room. Another Psy unit would also be fine. You don't really need the one at all, but we're just using here just to show off to see the damage here. And this is actually my first clear of doing this, so I didn't know any better. I just wanted to bring as much damage as possible into the room. So there's other options if you don't have the Sabo special match with the Pedro at all. However, Pedro is like super helpful here because he gets color affinity and the Psy against the int X-ray. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. Of course, have a great rest of your day. Peace.